Well, back on this 2022 Toyota Camry hybrid. It's been running for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And I just hooked up for the temperature inside. Walk from my vehicle. It's cool outside. Outside air temperature inside the shop is 67 degrees. Man, that sounds bad. Coming out of the dash right now, we're down to about 52 degrees. Now you say, why isn't it a Toyota? They have good air conditioning. Why isn't it 39 degrees? Because you've seen on many of my videos, they'll go down to 39 degrees, 37 degrees. Because it's so cool and it's in the shade. I have the doors open, loaded, fresh air. It's cycling. So let's go over to, let's look at our pressures right now. So the high side pressure is 73 PSI. And you can see it's cycling right now because it's so cold that there's no clutch. This is an electric compressor. The clutch is just engaging, disengaging, engaging, disengaging, because the load is so low because the outside temperature is low. And as you see, we go down. It pulls down as far as, oh, what is that? 29 PSI. And then it allows the low side pressure to get as high as 38 PSI. Now let's come back to the high side pressure. And we get as low as, when it turns off, it allows it to get to 65. And when it's ramping up, while it's full on, 73 PSI. So that's about, you can see it ramp up and down when you watch right here. Compressor's off. Then you'll see the compressor kick, there it goes. Compressor kicks back on. And that's it. That's about as high as it's gonna let it's going to get. This is controlled by software and a computer, not by how much refrigerant. If I were to pull about 1/3 of the refrigerant or 1/4 of the refrigerant, I would basically have the exact same pressures here and the exact same temperature coming out of the dash, because all the computer will do will ramp, or if it needed a little bit more refrigerant and I pulled 1/3 of the refrigerant out, what it would do is possibly run the compressor a little bit longer to maintain the exact same pressures and get the exact same temperatures, because it's ran and controlled by software. On a low day, if you're one of those people who are trying to diagnose strictly by pressure or strictly by temperature, you wouldn't be able to do it, because the software is taking over and the load is so low on these, and different ones will act completely differently. There's other vehicles that will dive the temperature to 39 degrees out of the dash right now, where this one's staying in the 50s, I believe, maybe 49. Where'd we go? 47. So we get to 47, and it's you see it's starting to lope out, where many other vehicles would be down to 39 degrees, but it doesn't want to be, because the way they have this software, they don't want to freeze the knuckles of the driver where the air is flowing out, because they know he's in the shade, there's no sun load, the ambient temperature says there's no outside load, the inside cabin air temperature, and some vehicles have humidity sensors saying there's no load, it's already cold and inside, so we don't need freezing temperatures coming out of the dash. All right, guys, I will see you later, and get off and out of here.